West Ham 1, Manchester United 3. Listen, the first half was just terrible. They were all over us, pressure constantly mounting on us. Defence was a shambles again. Just terrible. Nothing going on up front. I didn't think Donny van der Beek did anything, to be honest. Like, he was trying to fill Bruno's shoes, and I don't think he affected the game. I mean, I'm not just magnifying Donny, but I was hoping more of a performance from him, and he got subbed off at half-time. Don't necessarily feel he should have been subbed, but I don't think he really did anything when he was on. Get the ball too much, but I expected a bit more from him. But Bruno Fernandes, again, comes on, changes the game. As soon as he comes on, he changes the game. Multiple assists he could have got, but he's the one player that comes on, and he's the reason we get these goals. Even if he's not finishing them, he is the difference. Needed a bit of rest, he got a bit of rest, but ultimately he saves us again. West Ham looked all over us first half, deservedly went ahead. The goal that Souček scored, Rice gets the flick on, and then Telles was marking Souček, and he looks at him at one point, and then he just stops marking him and stops checking where he is, and he just runs off into the space and gets the tap in. I don't know what Telles was doing. I thought he had a shocking first half, Telles. Positionally in marking, he was getting caught out a lot. The back four were terrible the first half, but I thought Telles was the worst, to be honest. And none of them were good. He made up for it a little bit in the second half, Telles, with his cross for the Greenwood goal. Not a fantastic thing, but like, do you know what I mean? Assist is an assist, so his rating got bumped up for me a little bit on that. Because he was probably my worst player for the first half, Telles, and they were all bad at the back four. Felt sorry for Henderson because he was just getting constant pressure on his goal because of the defence. I thought Henderson had a good game, to be honest. They only scored one goal, and he made routine saves that some keepers might mess up, and I thought he did well to come in for De Gea. So, good game for Henderson, I thought. Mata come on as well, got an assist for Rashford goal. Great ball to Rashford. I wasn't sure if he was onside when it first happened, but quick thinking from Mata, forward pass, penetrating pass. Rashford does the business with a real deft touch, a little chip over the keeper. And Pogba. Pogba was my man of the match in terms of the first half, and I thought he was average. But do you know what I mean? I don't think he was superb, but he was at least average for me. And then the goal in the second half, what a finish. Like, that is the Pogba we expect to see, like that sort of class with that finish. Unbelievable. But we don't see it enough. But he was my man of the match for the first half on an average performance, which says it all. But Bruno gets the assist for the Pogba goal. It showed patience, cut in and put the ball across outside the box for Pogba to run on and curl it round the keeper. Fantastic finish, but it takes Bruno's calmness for that goal to happen. So Bruno ultimately is the difference again. Let's get into the match ratings. Henderson for me, 6 out of 10, just above average. I don't think he was spectacular, but did what you expect of him and did well coming in for De Gea. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I didn't think was great, to be honest. Just positionally, again, he sometimes thinks he's a centre-back with where he's standing and marking, and sometimes he's not marking people, but he'll come in so narrowly that he's not covering the wing space, and he does that too often, and he did that a lot again today. 4 out of 10, so below average for me. Could have gone a little bit lower, to be honest, with all the back four, and maybe I'm a little bit generous, but 4 out of 10 for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof, I thought all of them first half were shocking. And as I said, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Telles could all have lower ratings than I've given them. I think I'm being a bit kind, if I'm honest. But I give Lindelof, Maguire both 4 out of 10. Just below average, but could be even lower. Again, Maguire, no leadership. Takes his shot at one point from about 35 yards out. Like, you're not Zidane, you're not Ronaldo. What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? It's frustrating. So, not great again. Telles was the worst for me at the back in the first half. Easily the worst for me. But that assist bumped his rating up for me in the second half. And he had a better second half. So, I'll give him an average of a 5 out of 10. But real bad first half against Bowen. Bowen was constantly running at him and exposing him and just didn't have a good half. But the assist bumped it up. So 5 out of 10 for Telles. Pogba, As I said, I thought he was average in the first half, but he was the best of the bunch for me. And then the second half scores a world-class goal and bumped up slightly. So just above average, 6 out of 10 for me. McTominay, worst player for me in the game. I just thought people skipping past him too easily again, like Mbappe did in the Champions League. But these are West Ham players, no disrespect to them, but anyone is running past McTominay all the time, it seems. He just gets skinned all the time. And his passing is terrible. Like, he might have had a bit of a better second half, but he didn't stand out to me. So I gave him a 2 out of 10 for McTominay. I don't think he's good enough. Like, it takes too many touches. It takes too long for his first touch to... Like, his first touch is so bad that he takes about 3 touches just trying to do 1. And then his passing is just off all the time. So, just not good enough. He shouldn't be starting. Lucky if he makes a bench for me. 2 out of 10 for McTominay. Greenwood, just above average for me. Took his goal well. Had a chance to get a second goal as well, but he rushed it and he had more time than he thought. But I think he was slightly offside, so it's a bit up in the air for that one. But Donny van de Beek for me, 3 out of 10. As I said, I don't feel he stood out or anything tonight. He didn't get a lot of the ball, but Bruno demands the ball, and I didn't really see that from Donny today, which is a bit disappointing. But he's definitely got the quality to do it. He just didn't show it today. So 3 out of 10 for me. Martial, 3 out of 10. Just a bit... I don't think he's gone off with a knock now. I think it's Leipzig. He's going to miss the next game anyway, by the looks of it. And just another lackluster performance, really. I just didn't think he had a good game. People are saying it might be because he's not playing in his preferred position, but you have to get on with it and do a job. You're playing for Manchester United, you should be lucky to be playing, do you know what I mean? And you have to act like that, and I don't think he always acts like that. And today it was disappointing from him. 3 out of 10. Cavani, 3 out of 10. Disappointing again. I mean, it was a great performance the other day for him, but we didn't see that today. But didn't get a lot of service again in the first half, and ultimately him and Donny were sacrificed at half time. So disappointing for Donny and Cavani, especially for me today, because I like both of them a lot, but I just don't think their performance did anything today. So 3 out of 10 for Cavani. And then substitutes, Bruno come on, changed the game. 9 out of 10 for me for Bruno. Just superb, makes the difference all the time. Even if he's tired, he's probably got knocks and little niggles and that, you know what I mean, he probably should rest the whole game, but he comes on, assists, could have scored as well. Like, he's just different class. 9 out of 10. I don't really need to say a lot more. And Bruno Fernandes is man of the match easily for me. 45 minutes and he's man of the match. Rashford, I thought, did better in the second half. It's just this decision making sometimes from Rashford. And there's a chance that Bruno puts him through as well. And he hit the post. And it should have been a second goal for him. And he hit the post. And it's got to be going in, to be honest. So above average for me, but only just. So 6 out of 10. And then Mata, I also give a 6 out of 10. His assist for the Greenwood goal. Don't think he did anything spectacular, but definitely helped us in the second half and obviously got an assist and looked positive. So, and that just leaves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. First half, I don't know how much you can blame on him and how much on the players. I don't agree with his substitutions at half time, to be honest. Bruno can come on, innit? But I think when... You know what I mean? Takes Cavani off and takes Donny off. I think McTominay needs to go off, but ahead of Donny van de Beek. So I think he got that wrong. I would have left Cavani on, to be honest, especially when Martial, Ollie can't predict this happening later in the game, but when Martial gets his knock and has to come off, Mata has to come on, and he's not a striker. You know what I mean? Yes, he gets an assist, but when you want to bring another striker on for subbing your striker, you've already subbed your other striker that you started the game with. So that he could have got a lot better, I thought. But, he turned it round in the second half. He got the result. So I can't give him an average. I have to give him an above average because of that. I'll give him a 7. Could have given him a 6, but I'll give him a 7 because we got the result and it was by 2 clear goals. But I'm sick of us being a one-half team. We have to do it over the 90 minutes and we're getting away with it at times. But against say, do you know what I mean, against your Liverpool, your City. You can't afford to do that because they can beat you just off the first half. And you could argue West Ham could have done that if they'd have taken more chances. But I just don't want to keep saying that we're getting away with it and we put a better second half in and that's why we won. We have to be doing it over longer periods of the game. So that's frustrating, but I'm glad we got the result. As I said, I predicted a draw, and they could have beaten us easy today, and we ended up winning. So I'm happy about that. I'm just not utterly convinced by the way we go about it, and we need to have more than 45 minutes of good football. That's all I'm saying. But delighted with the result. Bruno Fernandes, fantastic again, and a great result for the boys. It's going to be interesting to see who plays in the next Champions League game coming up. So I believe Martial is going to be out now. So it's going to be interesting to see the lineups, and I'll be back for that game, and I'll see you then, guys.